phones, Babylons can't crack the code.
This is Aaron Murray, and coming out of high school, he was one of the most highly touted and recruited players coming out of his class, and he was a 5-star recruit. And at Georgia, he had an amazing career at the quarterback position as he started for them for 4 full seasons. But in the NFL, he could never get it going, and he only played in 1 season at the NFL level, and his pro career is very forgettable on every level he's played at in the NFL, the XFL, and the AAF. Whatever happened to Aaron Murray? I'm going to take it all the way back to Plant High School, where Aaron Murray made a name for himself in his junior season as the starting varsity quarterback. In his junior season, he threw for 4,012 yards, had 51 touchdowns, and only 7 interceptions. After a very impressive junior season, Aaron Murray would have a total of 53 scholarship offers, and at the end of his junior year of high school, he would end up committing to Georgia. In his senior season in the 2008 season, Aaron Murray would throw for 2,285 yards, 33 touchdowns, and only 5 interceptions. Not only that, he would bring Plant High their second title in 3 years while he was there. Coming out of the 2009 recruiting class, Aaron Murray was one of the most highly touted and hyped up recruits coming out of that year's class. He was a 5-star recruit, 19th best player in the nation, the 2nd best quarterback in the nation, and the 5th best player in the state of Florida. It was clear that he was one of the best players in the nation, and it was obvious, and he backed it up with his game. And Aaron Murray would stay true to his commitment to Georgia that he made at the end of his junior year in high school, and he would sign with the Bulldogs. Coming into Georgia in his freshman season, he was expected to compete for the starting job immediately, but he would actually end up redshirting his true freshman season because of a shoulder injury that he suffered during fall camp. In Aaron Murray's redshirt freshman season at Georgia in the 2010 college football season, he would end up having a really good season for a first-year starter. He completed 61% of his passes, threw for 3,049 yards with 24 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. Although Murray had a pretty good freshman season and he was impressing a lot of people at the collegiate level, Georgia did not have a lot of team success this season as a team as a whole. Now, they did have AJ Green suspended the first 4 games of the season, but they still ended up finishing 6-7. In Aaron Murray's sophomore season at Georgia, he would only get better. In this season, the 2011 college football season, he would end up completing 59% of his passes, throwing for 3,149 yards, 35 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions. This season, Aaron Murray would be named to the SEC All-Second Team, and he would help lead the Bulldogs to a 10-4 record, including making an appearance to the SEC Championship game where they lost to LSU. In the 2012 college football season at Georgia, now a redshirt junior, Aaron Murray would ball out even more. This season, he completed almost 65% of his passes, throwing for 3,893 yards, with 36 touchdowns and only 10 interceptions. Aaron Murray would help lead the Bulldogs to a 12-2 record and yet again another appearance in the SEC Championship game where they lost a heartbreaker to Alabama. Despite having his best collegiate season yet, Aaron Murray would not declare for the 2013 NFL Draft, and he would come back for his final year of eligibility and come back to Georgia. Going into his senior season at Georgia, Aaron Murray was one of the best quarterbacks going into the country, and some even believe that he might even win the Heisman. Aaron Murray got off to a quick start with this Georgia squad in the 2013 college football season as a redshirt senior. In his first 11 games, he had 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, completed 65% of his passes, and threw for 3,075 yards. But in the 11th game of the season, in the first half, in which he ended up injuring his ACL, which caused him to miss the rest of his redshirt senior season. Although Aaron Murray's senior season came to an end due to the ACL injury, Aaron Murray would become the first SEC quarterback to ever pass for 3,000 yards in 4 straight seasons. Going into the 2014 NFL Draft, Aaron Murray was projected to be a 3rd to 5th round pick, and a lot of worry that a lot of NFL scouts saw in Murray was he was a little bit undersized to be a pro quarterback, but Drew Brees and Russell Wilson at the time were paving the way for smaller quarterbacks just like him. But the big thing that made Aaron Murray fall even more was because of his ACL tear that he did suffer in his redshirt senior season at Georgia. Many NFL scouts thought it would be best if Aaron Murray would learn under a veteran quarterback in his rookie season while healing up on the sidelines to make sure that he is the same quarterback as he was before his ACL injury. Aaron Murray would end up getting drafted in the 2014 NFL Draft in the 5th round, 163rd overall pick by the Kansas City Chiefs. This was the opportunity that NFL executives and NFL scouts were preaching about Aaron Murray, was to be a backup first in the NFL then make his way up. But the problem was, Aaron Murray never looked the same after his ACL injury. Aaron Murray would end up getting released by the Kansas City Chiefs on September 3rd, 2016, right before the 2016 regular season began. He would then be signed to the Arizona Cardinals practice squad in the 2016 season and only lasted 8 days before getting released yet again. Then shortly after getting released by the Cardinals, he would join the Eagles practice squad and stay with them for the rest of the 2016-2017 NFL season. In the 2017 NFL offseason, Aaron Murray would sign with the LA Rams, and he would end up getting released just a couple months later as well. Aaron Murray's next stop in his professional football career would be on the shortly lived new formed football league, the AAF. The thing with Aaron Murray in his AAF career, he was a backup on the worst team in the league, and he did come in for one game where he saw some pretty good playing time, and he would lead the team to their first ever victory in a 14-11 victory over the Arizona Hotshots, who were one of the better teams in the league. Also, unfortunately for Murray, it looked like he would become the starting quarterback, but shortly after that game, the league ceased operations and ultimately closed down shop. Aaron Murray's next stop would be in the new XFL with the Tampa Bay Vipers, where he was the starting quarterback in the first game of the season until he suffered a foot injury that made him miss the rest of the season. Now, in Aaron Murray's only game and only start in the XFL, he was very forgettable and very bad. He only completed 16 of 34 passes, threw for 231 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. And like I said earlier, he would end up getting hurt with a foot injury and miss the rest of the season. Now, the XFL did look very promising in the beginning and throughout the season, but the pandemic happened and they ended up suspending operations. Aaron Murray has not played any football since his XFL debut, and right now he's currently a college football color commentator for CBS Sports Network, and I don't know if he'll ever play football again. The XFL is coming back in 2022, but I honestly think he's going to be done with football. Well guys, if you guys liked the video, remember to smash that like button, turn on them post notifications, and subscribe for more videos. B. Kelly, out!